What's going on, guys? So today, I don't know why my light never works. There we go. So I want to talk to you guys about Timney triggers on Glocks. A lot of people say that they suck because you're getting a lot of light primer strikes or just shit not working correctly. And I never had that experience. Put an asterisk on this. I never had that experience with this trigger. I have installed many of them on friends' Glocks and other people's Glocks. I have been using one. I got about 4,000 rounds on this trigger, and it just started giving me some issues, and the reason being is I don't have a stock Glock. They say it on their website that this trigger was meant to be used with stock Glock internals, which I do not have anymore. And when I had a stock slide and stock internals on this gun, I have never had issues. And then it was only when I started messing with it, and about 500 rounds later, I started getting some light primer strikes. But that is not a big deal, and it is not the end of the world. And just to prove a point, because someone was saying that their customer service is trash, which it is not. I had contacted Timney, and they said, go ahead and send this back to them as soon as and they sent me the, whatever that is, so I go to FedEx or UPS or whatever, and I don't have to pay for anything. As soon as I give it to UPS, I will send the tracking number to Timney, and they will ship it out the same day. So they said I won't be without my trigger for more than 2 to 3 days, which is awesome. I mean, they are a great company. I've never had issues with them. I have their triggers on multiple ARs, on multiple Glocks. I have no issues with them. But like I said, everything has a lifespan. All right, and when you start messing with things too on top of that, you're going to have issues. But I want to show you, if you do have light primer strikes, I'm going to show you how to fix that. And it's very simple. I can't take guns apart on YouTube, so we're going to have to do that with the snap of a finger. So, all right, so what you want to look for on your Glock, let me see if I have something to use to point at, which I don't. I'm just being lazy, but over here on your crucifix or whatever it is that you want to call it, or you do call it, there's a black line on it. Okay, see that black line that's going across it? That is your striker. So the way that this works is when this is in the position, can I even... No, I can't even move that. But alright, so your striker is going to be held by this thing back here. And when you pull the trigger, as you can see, it goes down. And when this piece goes down, it's going to let it fly forward and then strike the back of the bullet and, detonate the primer on it. But what happens is sometimes it starts to drag on this metal right here. Okay, and since I have changed the weight on the internals of my gun, because it is dragging, it is affecting it. I never had this problem when I had everything stock, by the way. But to solve this issue, it is very, very simple. You just take this off. You get yourself a grinder, or a Dremel tool, not with this bit. I'll show you the bit in a second. Just like a flat grinding bit. And you're going to put it on top of it, and you're just going to make a little notch. Just a little notch. So that way your striker is not touching the crucifix or whatever the hell it is that this thing is called. I don't know technical terms. I just shoot these things. But that's what you want to do. And then once you do that, you're not going to have any issues again. I've had this happen with another Glock build that I did, and as soon as I notched that out, never had that issue again. So anyways, if you are having light primer strikes on your Timney trigger, that is most likely why, and that's how you fix it. Like I said, you just get a Dremel. I have the bit here. I'll show you guys which one it is that I use. Where is this little mug? Right here. So I just use this one and I set it down on here. Just make a little notch for it, polish it back up, make it look nice and pretty, and then that's it. It's gonna work. I'm gonna actually do that on this one, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but I just made a little channel over here so the striker can pass smoother over it. You don't gotta do much, just a little bit is all it takes. So now I'm trying to clean this up, polish it, and put it back together. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. I'm gonna polish this up real quick. Like a mirror. So pretty much what you're left with is a bunch of shiny parts and a nice working Timney trigger. Let's get it back together. Alright, so when it's all said and done, everything's working, good to go. And like I said, when I had this gun with stock internals, it ran fine for, I would say, about 4,000 rounds. Never had an issue. And like I said, this is a competition trigger. This is not a duty trigger. I would not trust my life with it. This is a competition trigger. That is what it is for. It's for competitions. And for me, it has been nothing but reliable. I have no complaints on it. So yeah, definitely Timney trigger. Still best trigger that I believe you can get for a Glock. If you put the Johnny Glock's trigger on here with their trigger bar, I believe it's even a tad bit better, but it's, to me, not worth the extra money. This works just fine for me. So, and oh, if you guys have a Ramjet, I just want to say one thing. You don't have to tighten this screw down insanely. Real quick, let me just show you something. If you tighten that screw down too much, this is what's going to happen. So let's say you bring this thing in all the way with an aftermarket slide, it ain't going to work. You're going to have issues. You're going to have to like bow and arrow that thing for it to work. So what I found is there is no need to tighten this thing to all hell. I usually just leave mine flush with the outside. Bring it in a little bit more. And I've never had an issue. Never had it come off. I don't have to rack it as hard. It always works. So, yeah, you don't need to tighten the bejesus out of these Ramjets. Just a little bit. And that's all you need. Anyway, you guys, have a good night. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe, do whatever the hell you want to do. I don't care. Keep shooting. Stay safe. 2A all the way. Peace.